we'll proceed now. So in this lecture I'm going to discuss another application of particle in cubical box, that is we can calculate the density of states. This is actually a very important quantity in the material chemistry, very specifically for metals and in the electronic conductivity of metals and electronic conductivity in semiconductors, right? In those areas this is very useful term, useful concept. Okay, yeah. So now I'll discuss how to calculate density of states. I'll take metals as an example, right? How to find density of states in the case of metals. Okay, you know very well, in metals, right, we have free electrons. These free electrons move randomly throughout the crystal lattice of the metal. Okay, but these electrons cannot jump out because the potential energy on the wall or outside the wall is infinite. You can assume like that. So it's very high. So these free electrons cannot jump out. So we can assume that these electrons, free electrons in metal, as particle confined in a cubical box. Okay, so I'll take a cubical piece of metal. I'll take a piece of metal, right, which is cubical in shape. Right. For example, the side length of the metal may be 1 millimeter or even smaller than that. Okay, so let us assume it is a cubical box or cubical shape, right? And let the length of the side length of the metal be L. Okay, so I have taken a cubical piece of metal. This length is so small that you can assume this as a particle in a cubical box. So the length of the box is L, right? So all side length, breadth, height, everything is L. So it is perfect cubical box. Okay, now I'm going to apply the idea of particle in cubical box model in this piece of metal, and I'm going to calculate the density of state that is available in the metal. Okay, right. Yeah, first of all, what is meant by density of state? Density of states. What is the meaning? It is nothing but the number of available quantum states. Okay, density of state, let me write simply as DOS. Density of state is defined as the number of quantum states, available per unit energy interval, per unit time, per unit volume. Okay, this is the definition for density of state. It is nothing but number of quantum states available per unit energy interval and per unit volume. Okay, we usually represent density of state by the symbol GE. So density of state per unit energy level difference is given as, okay, how to calculate this? You first find out total number of states available up to a certain energy, say E. Okay, up to allowed energy E, how many states are available, first you calculate, then differentiate that quantity with respect to E, right? So if you differentiate with respect to E, you will get number of states available per unit energy level, then divide that quantity by volume of the container or volume of the metal piece. Okay, so if you divide it by V, you will get the density of states. Okay, and to get the density of state in the gap G, okay, we have to put D. Okay, or what I'm saying is that essentially G is nothing but 1 by V times dN by dE. Okay, so you can calculate density of state using this formula. So if you want to calculate density of state, first you find out total number of states available up to a certain energy level E, then differentiate that with respect to E, okay, then divide that value by the volume of the metal piece, okay, so that you will get the density of states available, right? Yeah, how to do that? First, since we have taken a cubical piece of metal, so the electrons can be treated as a particle in a cubical box model. So here I am going to assume these electrons as particles in a cubical box. Okay, particles in a cubical box. And you know very well, for particle confined in a cubical box, the expression for energy is E is equal to h square by 8ml square times nx square plus ny square plus nz square. This is the expression for energy of a particle which is confined in a cubical box. Now, if I rearrange this equation, nx square plus ny square plus nz square can be written as 8ml square into energy E divided by h square. Okay. Now listen, suppose I'll choose a definite value of energy, okay, for a definite for a particular allowed value of energy, for a particular allowed value of energy, say E. Okay, E. Since we have taken a particular value of energy E, therefore this quantity become a constant. Okay, this right hand side quantity, right? I am going to calculate total number of states up to the energy level E. Okay, up to the allowed energy level E. So since we are fixing this E, okay, this entire quantity become a constant, right? And I am going to take that constant as, I am going to write that constant as r square. Okay, since it is a constant, this constant is replaced as r square. I will substitute this here. Therefore I can write nx square plus ny square plus nz square equal to r square. Okay, this equation is similar to the equation of a sphere. The equation of a sphere. Okay, so if you take a coordinate axis, right? Say this is nx. Here I am plotting ny, I am plotting nz. Here positive nx and this side negative nx. Here positive ny, negative ny. Similarly, here positive nz. In the downward we have negative nz. But we know that for particle in cubical box, we have chosen only positive integers for nx, ny, nz. Nx, ny, nz takes only positive integers. Okay, we have chosen like that. Therefore, you need not consider the entire sphere actually. Okay, so let me draw a sphere here. Yeah, let me draw a sphere here. You need not consider the entire sphere because nx, ny, nz can take only positive integers. Therefore, out of this 8 quadrant, we should take only 1 quadrant. Okay, so only this quadrant, this part, right, will contain will have only positive nx, ny, nz value. Therefore total number of states n equal to up to the energy level E, right? Total number of states Okay, so we need to find out total number of states up to the energy E. Okay, yeah, so total number of states is equal to, what you have to do, we should consider, right, one quadrant out of this 8. We should consider one quadrant, so 1 by 8 times the volume of the sphere, which is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This will give you total number of states available, okay, in this space, right? Remember, for given nx, given ny, and given nz, we'll get a state. Okay, so this formula 4 by 3 pi r cube will give you total volume, but out of the total volume, only one quadrant of the volume has positive nx, ny, nz values. Therefore, this will give you the total number of states available up to the energy level, up to the energy E. Okay, now, so now what I'm going to do, I will substitute the value of r here. You know, remember r square is this. Okay, so I'll put I'll find out the value of r and I'll substitute that r here. Okay, let me take this as equation number 1. So now in equation 1 I'm going to substitute this value. See, what I'm going to do is that, so in equation 1, n is equal to 1 by 8 times 4 by 3 pi, in the place of r, see, r square is this. What is r square? R square equal to 8m L square E over h square. Therefore, r equal to this quantity 8m L square E by h square whole power half. We need r cube here, so r cube is 8m L square E by h square whole power 3 by 2. I'll substitute this value here. So r cube is 8m L square into E divided by h square whole power 3 by 2. This will give you total number of states up to the energy level, up to the allowed energy level E. Okay, now this can also be written as, so you can cancel this 4 and 8 here, so you can write this as pi by 1 4s are 4, 2 4s are 8, so 3 into 2 6, so pi by 6 into 8m power 3 by 2, okay, into L square power 3 by 2 become L cube, h square power 3 by 2 become h cube, into E power 3 by 2. We can write like this. Okay, so this will give you the total number of states available, up to an allowed energy level E. Okay, now to find density of state, what's the step we have to do? We have to differentiate this with respect to E. Okay, so dN by dE, if you do like this, you will get how many states available per unit energy level. Okay, per unit energy level interval, right? So to find the number of states available per unit energy interval, right, we have to differentiate this n with respect to E. So what we'll get is pi by 6 into 8m whole power 3 by 2, keep this L cube, h cube, everything as such, and if you differentiate this E with respect to, since we are differentiating with respect to E, so this will become 3 by 2 into E power half. Okay, so 1 3s are 3, 2 3s are 6, so you can write this as dN by dE, dN by dE, dN by dE is equal to, here we have 2, 2 2s are 4, and you can write this as pi by 4 into 8m power 3 by 2 into L cube by h cube into E power half. This is the number of states available in the unit energy interval dE, or in the unit energy interval. Okay, now therefore density of states G of E can be obtained as, density of state is nothing but 1 by volume of the metal piece into the number of states available per unit energy interval. Okay, so if I divide this, and what is the volume of the metal piece here? We have taken a cubical shape of, or we have taken metal piece which is cubical in shape, and the side length is L, therefore the volume of the metal piece is L cube into, and this value is here, it is available here, pi by 4 times 8 m power 3 by 2 into L power 3 by h power 3 into e power half. So L cube, this L cube cancels, so you will get pi by 4, let me write in the next page. So you will get density of state GE equal to pi by 4 into 8 m power 3 by 2 by h cube into e power half. Yes, this is the expression for density of states that is available in a given metal, right? Or this is a general expression for density of state. Okay, this is a general expression for density of state. Now what I am going to do, I am going to calculate the number density, that is how many electrons are there, right, in the metal piece, right? So or I am going to calculate number density. Number density means number of electrons available per unit volume. Okay, so here these are the number of states available per unit volume in the per unit energy interval. Now what I am going to do, I am going to calculate number of electrons, okay, per unit volume, also called number density. So number density of electrons, which I am going to represent as small n. Number density of electron is given as, okay, how to do that? To find the total number of electrons available, right, in these energy states, right, this is number of this give you number of energy states per unit interval, per unit energy interval, per unit volume. Okay, so to find number of electrons per unit volume, what to do? We have to calculate this value 0 to infinity. Okay, f of e is the probability of the occupied states, into density of states, right, into dE. This will give you the total number of electrons, okay, or electrons that is occupied. But in the case of electrons, see, we know very well electrons are fermions. Okay, they have half integer spin, right, and for each electron 2 possible spin states are there, upward spin state and downward state. Okay, upward spin and downward spin. So each electron has, depending upon the spin, it has 2 possible states. Therefore total number of states, right, for electron is actually twice this number. Okay, so remember, so total number of states for electron, right, G of E, right, for electrons equal to twice this quantity. Why? Because electron has spin, and there are 2 spin states possible. Therefore each state that is given by this general formula, okay, should be taken into 2, because electron can take 2 possible spin states. Therefore density of state GE equal to 2 into pi by 4 into 8 m power 3 by 2 by h cube into e power half. Okay, so this is the density of state for electrons. Now, so here you can cancel these two, so you'll get pi by 2 of this value. Now what I'm going to do, what is this f of e? I told you f of e is nothing but probability of occupied states. Right? Since the electrons are fermions, we have to use Fermi-Dirac statistics to find the number of occupied states. See what I'm going to do, at temperature 0 Kelvin, okay, you know very well, if we plot the probability of occupied state versus the energy EI up to Fermi level. Okay, this is energy of the Fermi level. Up to Fermi level, okay, the probability remains 1. Probability remains 1. After Fermi level, probability becomes 0. Okay, this is a well-known one in Fermi-Dirac statistics. Fermi-Dirac statistics. Okay, which is given as f of E equal to 1 by 1 plus e power EI minus EF by kBT, where kB is Boltzmann constant, kB into T, where EA is the energy of the ith level, EF is the energy of the Fermi level. Okay, whenever energy of the level is lesser than Fermi level, so EI minus EF is negative, and if you put temperature as 0, because we are finding number of electron at 0 Kelvin, you know very well whether number of electron, if you calculate at 0 Kelvin or any other temperature, number of electron remains same as far as that material concerned. Okay, therefore if energy of the any ith level, if it is less than Fermi level, this will be negative, and since if we put since we have temperature in the denominator, if you put temperature as 0, you know something by 0 is infinite, and here minus sign here, therefore you will get e power minus infinity. E power minus infinity is actually 0. E power minus infinity is 0, so this becomes 0. You will get 1 by 1. 1 by 1 is 1. So at 0 Kelvin, probability of occupied state up to Fermi level is 1. After Fermi level it is 0. Okay, so probability of occupied state is 1. That's the point you should note here. So I am going to substitute this value here. Probability of occupied state right up to Fermi level is 1 at 0 Kelvin. Okay, so what I am going to do is that at 0 Kelvin, at temperature 0 Kelvin, right, the number density of electrons, right, is equal to 0 to, now we need not find the value up to infinity, because at 0 Kelvin only up to Fermi level the states are occupied. Above Fermi level the states are empty, completely empty. Therefore instead of calculating 0 to infinity, I am going to calculate from 0 to Fermi level. Okay, so number of electrons equal to 0 to energy of the Fermi level, and the probability of the occupied state is 1 at 0 Kelvin. Then density of state equal to, we had this formula here, density of state for electrons pi by 2, let me write here, pi by 2 into 8m power 3 by 2 by h cube into e power half into dE. Okay, so this will give you the number density of electrons, right, electrons present in the metal. Okay, now here I'll take these quantities are constant, so let me keep it outside. Pi by 2 into 8m power 3 by 2 by h cube into integral 0 to energy of the Fermi level into e power half into dE. Okay, now if I integrate this, I'll get pi by 2 into 8m whole power 3 by 2 by h cube into e power half. If you integrate, you will get e power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Okay, upper limit is Fermi energy, lower limit is 0. So if I substitute here, what will I get is pi by 2 into 8m power 3 by 2 by h cube, and this 3 by 2, if you bring it here, you will get 2 by 3, and if I substitute here, I'll get Fermi energy power 3 by 2. Okay, so number density of electron is equal to this quantity. Here you can cancel this 2 and this 2, therefore I can write this as, this simply has n equal to pi into 8m power 3 by 2 by h cube into pi by 3, I'm sorry, into energy of the Fermi level power 3 by 2. right? This is the formula we use to calculate